So right about now, I'm about to show y'all what I got. I got CMusicFactory with their first album, Gonna Make You Sweat. This album came out in 1991. Excuse me, 1990. You know, this is a pretty dope album. I mean, if you love that dance music, this is definitely the album for you and stuff like that. You know, very controversial album. You know what I'm saying? Everyone knows that song, Gonna Make You Sweat, which pretty much uses Martha Wash's voice and everything like that too, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She didn't really get the rightful royalties for that, but it is what it is, you know, that shit's fucked up. Hold on. Turn that shit down. Alright, there we have Tevin Campbell with his second album, I'm Ready. This album came out in 1993. Very, very, very dope album from Tevin Campbell. You know what I'm saying? This is like my second favorite album from him. You know, everyone knows that song, I'm Ready, Can We Talk? Which I feel like Can We Talk is now like his signature track. I'm gonna be real with you, I'm kind of burnt out from that song and everything like that too. I mean, I love this song, don't get me wrong, but the internet, you know, they were running that shit, act like that's its only song and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But I love songs like Always in My Heart, Shh, The Halls of Desire. You know, he has dope writing, you know, from cats like Prince, you know, did his thing on this album and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's crazy too because Prince actually did the song Shh, but he actually redid it for the Gold Experience album. Honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I kind of prefer the Tevin version. The Prince version is, I love the Prince version, you know what I'm saying? But the Tevin version, he just definitely did his thing and stuff like that. And that is not even a detriment to Prince's talent. Then we got his third album, Back to the World. This album came out in 1996. This is actually my favorite album from Tevin Campbell. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people might be surprised, but he actually matured, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the beats was dope as fuck. You know, some of the best producers from 90s R&B at that time definitely did their thing on this one. You know what I'm saying? This was known for songs like the title track, Tell Me Where, Could It Be? That song, Could It Be? All my Wiz Khalifa fans, y'all should know about that record. You Don't Have to Worry. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this whole album was very underrated. It's not even funny. Then I got Tisha Campbell with her Tisha album that came out in 1993. That album, you know what I'm saying? That was a pretty cool album. You know, I want to be real with you. I've always say this. I got this album for YouTube purposes. Because years ago, I remember I did an episode with this album and the Jasmine Guy album. Stay tuned on that. You know what I'm saying? But this is like a collector's item. Excuse me. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, just saying I got the album. Fuck it. Now, Capone and Noriega, The War Report. This album came out fucking 1997. Hip hop classic, if you ask me. One of the best albums come from Queensbridge and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Fire album. This is known for songs like Never Die Alone, Driver's Seat, Iraq See the World, LA, where they were answering back to the whole New York and everything like that. They were answering back to the whole New York, Top of New York, Tony. I mean, this album has no weak tracks. The version I got the version with the Sam Snead version of Closer, because the original version, I think they put the Sam Snead version because the original version kind of sounded a bit too jiggy and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? And that's not the sound that they wanted. The Sam Snead is kind of crazy too, because they had a song called LA and Sam Snead was on this album. And Sam Snead, you guys should know, he's like a death row producer, but it is what it is. It's a 5-mic classic. Then I got Capadonna with the Pillage album. This album came out in 1998. Very dope album. In my opinion, I would call this a classic too. This is Capadonna, you know, being a Wu affiliate, and shit like that too. You know, I think he's like probably the best known Wu affiliate if you ask me. You know, 1998 was a crazy year for the Wu period and stuff like that. Meth dropped the Takao 2000 album, which I feel like that's possibly his best album. I know a lot of people say Takao, which Takao is dope too. I love Takao, but he stepped his pen game up with Takao 2000, you know. This album is known for songs like Everything is Everything. I love that record. Odana, Milk for Cow, Blood on Blood War. Very dope album. To me, this will always be his best album. Classic joint. Now we're gonna get into Mariah Carey. We got the fucking Emotions album. This came out in 1991. I love this record, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this album is very dope and everything like that too. This was like what I call her Motown influence album and shit. Songs like Can't Let Go, Emotions, the title track, If It's Over, The Win. Do I love this more than the debut? Absolutely. I feel like the debut ranks pretty high up there and stuff like that, which I got that album on vinyl and stuff. But yeah, this one right here, very dope album. Then I got her MTV Unplugged EP. This EP came out in 1992. You know, it's funny because when this album came out, she wasn't really like touring like that. And a lot of people thought that, you know, she didn't sing her vocals. So she actually did the MTV Unplugged just to show motherfuckers that she was singing live and stuff, you know. I mean, very dope EP, you know what I'm saying? This was known for the cover of the Jackson 5 I'll Be There and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Where she did that with one of her background singles, Tory Lanez. Very dope EP. I feel like this is definitely a collector's item to come to my Mariah fans. And then I got Music Box. This came out in 1993. Now, you guys should know, I've not really been the biggest Music Box fan like that. This is kind of when it got a bit more poppy for... I mean, the early Mariah Carey album, pre-Daydream, was on the poppy kind of side, but this one, I don't know, I just never... I'm not saying it's a bad record, I just never really gravitated towards it. Like, Dream Lover, Just to Hold You Once Again, I mean, Hero, that was one of her biggest songs and shit. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Now, when she dropped this album, this was when she got in the bag and everything. Daydream. This album came out in 1995. Fucking classic album. 5 mic classic right here. You know what I'm saying? This was when she really crossed over to the more R&B market, the hip hop market. Fantasy, we all know that with the remix. I love the song Underneath the Stars. Oh my God. She was in a mini representing bag on that one. Always Be My Baby. She did a cover of Journey's Open Arms. I mean, One Sweet Day. That song alone, come on, man. I mean, very, very, very dope record. Probably one of my favorite Mariah albums. Then I got the Butterfly joint. This album came out in 1997. Another classic Mariah album, you know. I kind of say this might be... Let me think. This might be my second. I feel like Daydream's my favorite, then this one. The next ones I'm going to surprise y'all and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this was when she really went in the bag with this one. Honey, that and the Bad Boy remix was cool. Whenever You Call, The Roof, Break It Down, Butterfly. I mean, this album right here, Mariah definitely showed her creativity with this one. Love it. Then I got the Glitter soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this album again was pretty straight. I love this album. So everyone knows the story with Glitter. Now I'm gonna be real with you. The movie sucked. I did not like the movie. Now, but the soundtrack, fire. Probably Mariah's 4th best album, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this was known for songs like The Lover Boy, If We, Reflections. The funk on this album was very dope. You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that this album got more of like a reappraisal now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this one was pretty good. But yeah, this one right here was very dope. Love this record and shit. And just to let you know, I do have Rainbow, Emancipation. I do have those. But those my sister's collection and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just wanna let it be known and shit. There we got Changing Faces with their first album, self-titled, 1995. Very dope album from Changing Faces. You know what I'm saying? Everyone knows that song "Stroke You Up," which was produced and written by R. Kelly. Loving Your Boy, Feeling Fooling Around, Moving On. I mean, this whole album is just classic 90s R&B. I'm trying to get the other albums and shit like that too, you know what I'm saying? But them shits are very hard to come by. Then I got Ray Charles with The Genius of Ray Charles. This came out in 1959. Very dope record right here, you know what I'm saying? This actually might be my favorite Ray Charles album. I know a lot of people love the modern sounds of Western country, which, again, that's a very dope album, very important album. But this one, he was in his R&B and jazz bag with this one. I mean, he had Quincy Jones doing some of the production and arranging on this one as well too. You know, songs like Let the Good Times Roll, It Had to Be You, When Your Lover Has Gone. I mean, this is definitely that early soul music, which I fucking love. Then we got Nana Cherry with fucking Raw Like Sushi, Circo Beat. You know what I'm saying? This came out in 1989. Very dope record. If you like that, you know, UK like dance kind of music, house kind of music. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know that much about her. I'm glad I got this record though, because I heard some of her music and she definitely has a very dope sound, which I definitely want to talk more about in the channel in the few years to come. Songs like Man Child was pretty cool, Buffalo Stance and everything like that too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, very, very, very interesting artist. Definitely need to do more shit on her. And I know she was actually nominated for the best new artist in 1990, which that went to Milli Vanilli, but y'all know what happened with that. I don't even have to waste my breath with that shit. Then I got my man Jimmy Cliff with The Harder They Come. This came out in 1972. This was a soundtrack to the movie that came out, I think 72, of course. What am I saying? One of the most important and influential reggae albums of all times. You know, this one had songs like Rivers of Babylon. The title track was dope, you know, Sitting in Limbo, which I love that record. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're a reggae fan and you do not have this record, I don't know what to tell you. It may look like I got Escape, but I actually got George Clinton. This is like the greatest hits compilation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this was actually part of like a CD lot I got. I didn't have a case for it, and I remember somebody originally gave me that Traces of My Lipstick, but what they did was, excuse me, what they did was they put it in, they gave me the case, but they gave me a J-Lo album. So I still kept the case. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna fucking not waste the case. You know what I'm saying? So, and at that time I was trying to like put all my empty CDs in cases, random cases and shit. And speaking of which, I got Club Nouveau with Life, Love, and Pain. You know what I'm saying? This came out 1986. You know what I'm saying? Club Nouveau, they were like a dance, R&B, dance kind of group. You know, they were known for the title track, Why You Treat Me So Bad. I love that record. They did a cover of Lean On Me, which I believe got them a Grammy and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? Which also gave Bill Withers a Grammy, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, pretty straight. If you like that, like, mid-80s light funk, proto New Jack Swing kind of music, that's pretty up your alley. Then I got Color Me Bad with Time and Chance. This came out in 1993. This is actually their second album. Very dope album, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real with you. I've only heard like the first two records in full, but this one, they kind of went for a more contemporary R&B feel to it. Like the first album, it was like New Jack Swing R&B, a little pop here and there, but this one they was trying to go strictly R&B. I think also at the time too, their label wanted like an I Wanna Sex You Up too, you know what I'm saying? But you have cats like I think Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis did some production here and shit like that. Howie T also did some production if you guys like that shit. I mean, songs like Let Me Have It All, In the Sunshine, The Bells, Wildflower. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I actually fuck with this album. You know what I'm saying? I actually definitely fuck with this album. This might be my favorite Color Me Bad record. You know what I'm saying? Then I got Keisha Cole with the Just Like You album. This album came out 2007. Very dope album from Keisha. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not the biggest Keisha Cole fan. This was actually one of the first CDs I've gotten in my collection. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this was known for something like Let It Go, Falling Out, Heaven Sent. I mean, when I hear this album, it takes me back to 2007, 2008. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, pretty straight album. You know, it's an R&B album from the 2000s. Then we got my man Bootsy Collins with The One Giveth, The Count Taketh Away. First of all, shout out to my homegirl Ashley for giving me this one. Shout out to her. This was like one of my recent CD editions and stuff like that. Very dope album. This album is very, 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 very hard to come by. And I'm surprised she actually found it on CD and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? This came out in 1982. And by that time, P-Funk, they were kind of like, their popularity was kind of waning at that time, but they still had some gas in the tank, because this was the same year that George Clinton came out with the Computer Games album and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this one was pretty dope. This is no something like Landshark, Funketeer, Shine On Might, you know what I'm saying? Good luck finding this album on streaming, because you can't, and stuff like that. It's a very rare album, which a lot of the P-Funk albums post 76, 77, it's gonna be kind of hard finding on streaming. That's why I tell motherfuckers, physical matters, you know what I'm saying? Definitely expect me to talk about this record one time. Alright, then we got my man John Coltrane with Blue Train. This album came out in 1960. Yeah, this came out in 1960. I actually got the 1985 reissue and shit, which is crazy. You know, Edward McKay, fucking love Edward McKay, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of mad that they don't have it in Raleigh no more. They moved it to Greensboro, but they moved it somewhere else in like Mebane and shit like that, which, honestly, if you're in the North Carolina area, you love a lot of collectibles, that's the place for you. But yeah, this album, very dope jazz album. This was known for songs like Locomotion, Moment's Notice, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm gonna be real with you, my favorite is always gonna be Love Supreme, but this is definitely in the top 5 for me when it comes to John Coltrane. Then I got my man Common Sense with The Resurrection. This came out in 1994. I actually got the 1997 reissue, and how you can tell this is the reissue, the OG version, they actually have it as Common Sense, but he got sued for the name around this time, so they had to reissue it, and you know what I'm saying, they named it Common and stuff like that too, because he shortened his name, but that's besides the point. Very dope album, classics to many people and shit. This was known for the song I Used to Love Her, which that might be my favorite Common record. Watermelon, In My Own World, Nothing to Do, you know what I'm saying? I mean, very, very, very dope album. I know a lot of fans say this is his best album, which, as much as I like this album, I kind of have to disagree. I feel like some of the future albums were much better, which we'll definitely talk about. Alright. Next album is Common with One Day It Will Make Sense. This album came out 1997. This to me is definitely miles better than Resurrection, in my honest opinion, which I know a lot of people might be surprised. You know what I'm saying? Because whenever they think about Common and stuff like that, I definitely don't hear this album get mentioned and shit like that. I have to sit down because my feet are getting tired. I don't see this album get mentioned like that. But yeah, this is known for songs like Real Nigga Quotes, Retrospect for Life, Hungry, All Night Long. What's interesting about this album was the fact that this was pretty much the beginning of the whole Soulquarians. Because, you know, Questlove was here. You had some Erykah Badu on this joint and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, very dope album from Common. Alright. Then we have Common with like Water for Chocolate. This is an album that came out in 2000. You know what I'm saying? This one he was an MCA. A lot of people say this is like his breakthrough album, which I kind of have to agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Songs like The Light, Cold Blooded, Traveling, Time Traveling, excuse me, A Song for Asada. Yeah, this album right here, definitely one of the best albums he's ever came out with. You know, this definitely is a banger. Then we have Electric Circus. This album came out in 2002. Very interesting album, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of fans say this was like his worst album, which I highly disagree with that. Because, you know, he has other shit I didn't like Universal Mind Control. Oh my God. But this album, he was definitely very inspired on the Jimi Hendrix kind of bag. You know what I'm saying? This might be some of my favorite shit some of the Soulquarians have done. Songs like The Light, Jimmy was a Rockstar 2. You know what I'm saying? I mean, very, very, very dope album. It's an acquired taste to a lot of people. Then in 2005, he came out with this joint, which is B. To me, his best album. I'm gonna be real with you. This album right here, I remember when this album was actually popular, blowing up and stuff like that. You have songs like what's the song? Testify. That video was all over BET. That video was all over BET and VH1 and all that, MTV Jams. Go, Shy City, The Food Live with Kanye. Oh man, my favorite era of Kanye. Oh my God, this whole album is just has some of the best. Kanye, J Dilla. I mean, this is definitely a hip hop classic. Then 2 years later, he dropped Finding Forever. That came out in 2007. Now I'm gonna be real. When it comes to this album right here, I was not really. It's a dope album. I love the album, you know, but I can tell they were trying to duplicate what they did with the B album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Which I feel like they were trying to duplicate that shit. Yeah, man. Sorry about that. I had to pick up some food. But yeah, but this has some banging songs like The People, I Want You, The Game, Misunderstood. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this was still a dope album. Then we got 2011 with The Dreamer and the Believer. This album was pretty dope. This came out like 3 years after Universal Mind Control. I mean, it's not the best album, but you know, it's a huge step up. This show's known for something like Ghetto Dreams, Loving Our Lost Gold, Celebrate. I love that song, Celebrate. The first Drake diss track, Sweet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this one's pretty cool. Alright. Then we have Compton's Most Wanted with Straight Checking Them. You know what I'm saying? This one was pretty dope. I love this record and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? This one was the second album that came out 1 year after the first album, which the first album was called It's a Compton Thing. I need to get my hands on that, but that shit's hard to come by. You know, this is known for songs like They Still Gaffling, Growing Up in the Hood, Straight Checking Them, Death Wish, Compton Lynching. Yeah, this one was a pretty dope album. Alright. Then we got Compton Most Wanted with Music to Drive By. You know what I'm saying? This was another dope album and shit. This to me is my favorite Compton Most Wanted album. This is known for songs like Hood Took Me Under, Compton for Life, Duck Sick 2, and Too Deep. Who's Fucking Who? I mean, they were going after anybody. Tim Dog, DJ Quick definitely got some heat on this album and shit. You know, that beef with Quick and A was fire. Yeah, this one was a dope record. Then we had the late great Coolio with Gangsta's Paradise. You know what I'm saying? This came out in 1995. Love this record. You know what I'm saying? Not as good as the first one, It Takes a Thief, which I need to get my hands on. But this one definitely, you know, was more popular. Everyone knows that title track, Gangsta's Paradise. Then he had this on Cruising, Kinda High, Kinda Drunk, Fuck Coolio. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this one was pretty dope. Love this record. Alright, I'm gonna, excuse me right quick. I'm gonna definitely stop once we get into After Your Destiny's Child. Alright. Then we got one of my favorite groups, Cream, with This Really Gears, you know what I'm saying? This one was a very dope album and shit. Nice blues rocks, some psychedelic shit. It's known for songs like Sunshine of Your Love, Taylor's of Brave, Yosilis, We're Going Wrong, Take It Back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this was like the second album, the breakthrough album and shit. Must have in your collection. Then we got my man Denzel Curry with Zoo. This album came out 2019 and shit like that too. This came out right after Tattoo. This is known for songs like Bushy's Interlude, Ricky, Automatic Speedboat. Very dope record right here, you know what I'm saying? Feel like that tripped out, psychedelic kind of hip hop. Then we got Cypress Hill with their self-titled debut. 1991, fucking fire album. You know what I'm saying? This was known for songs like How I Can Just Kill a Man, Pigs, The Funky Feel One, Latin Lingo, Stress It Quiz. I mean, when it comes to this album, this might be my second favorite Cypress Hill joint and shit like that too. This was them at their rawest form, which I fucking love. Then we have Black Sunday and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Very, 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 very dope record. Shit like that too, you know what I'm saying? This isn't like what many people say they break through. Songs like Insane in the Brain, Hits from the Bong, When the Shit Goes Down, Cock the Hammer, Lockdown. You know what I'm saying? This whole album was just fucking beast shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I'm gonna be real, when I first heard this album, I did not really care for it, like the last couple of tracks, but I mean, I still don't put this as high up as the first one or the next one we're gonna talk about, but I get why people fuck with this album and shit. Now, this album, their best album, Temples of the Boom, excuse me, their third album. This album, Muggs was on some other shit, they were on some other shit. It's like, they were dark, but it wasn't like horrorcore dark. It was like the production definitely gave them a more nocturnal feel. This is definitely an album I can only play at night. No Rest for the Wicked, one of the best diss tracks of all time when they were going after Q. California, Illusions, Throw Your Set in the Air. I mean, fucking dope album. One of my favorite hip hop albums of all time. Then we got their fourth album, 1998. Very cool, interesting album. I'm gonna be real with you, I don't really put this as on the same level as the first three, but yeah, this one was pretty cool. Looking Through the Eye of the Pig, From the Window of My Room, Tequila Sunrise. I mean, pretty cool record. Then we have Czarface, their first album that came out 2013. Very dope record again, you know what I'm saying? Inspector Deck and 7L and Esoteric and shit. Yeah, this was very dope. Songs like Savagely Attack, It's Va, Air 'Em Out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, very cool album. Alright, next song we got is Brown Sugar from D'Angelo. I mean, I had to have this album. Fire album, groundbreaking album, neo soul at its finest in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this album definitely was banging. You know what I'm saying? Jones in My Bones, Smooth, Cruising, When We Get By. Yeah, this album, if you love neo soul, you don't have the record, I don't know what to tell you. There we have the Voodoo album, and shit like that too, you know what I'm saying? This one was pretty dope too, you know what I'm saying? This is came out 5 years after, because you know he had a writer's block, and then he had a child and stuff like that too. This is known for songs like fucking How Does It Feel, Send It On, Feel Like Making Love, Left Right. You know what I'm saying? Like another bang classic. I mean, what can you say about this one? Then 14 years later, he dropped Black Messiah. Another very dope record. You know what I'm saying? Another very dope record and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? Again, we all know he definitely was going through a lot of personal and professional issues between Voodoo and this album. He made that comeback appearance in the BET Awards. I think it was the BET Awards of 2012 and stuff like that. So this really just came out of nowhere and stuff. And I love this album. Betrayed My Heart, Sugar Daddy, Really Love, Ain't That Easy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, this was definitely another great album. I mean, who knows when he'll come out with another one. Then we have D-Nice with To The Rescue. This came out in 1991. This was a very cool album and shit like that. I need to get my hands on the first one, which is actually my favorite one. This is when he was more down with like the Flavor Unit and shit like that. You know, he had songs like Rhyming Skills with Keras One, Get in Touch With Me, Straight From the Bronx, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, this one, I'll give the album a chance, definitely. Then we have the DOC with No One Can Do It Better. This came out in 1989. Very dope record, classic album. Known for songs like Let the Bass Go, the DOC and the Doctor, the title track. This is a Southern rapper, East Coast cadence, rapping over West Coast shit. I mean, what more can you say about this? Then we have The Brat with Functified. You know what I'm saying? Very cool album. You know what I'm saying? Her first album, this shit has shit like Functified, the title track Ain't No Thing, Mind Blowing, Give It To You. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this album was pretty straight. Then we have the Lenjma with Gorillas in the Mist. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Very dope album. This is like some raw ass shit right here. You know what I'm saying? This was known for songs like, you know, All in My Nutsack, the title track, Ain't Got No Class, Buck the Devil, Lost in the System. Yeah, I mean, West Coast hip hop at its finest. Then we have the Youngster with No Mercy. This one was pretty dope album and shit like that. This is known for songs like Hip Hop Ride, Grim Reaper, Ellie Fitty Funk. Yeah, one of my favorites and shit. I mean, the Youngsters, classic shit. Then we have Damian Dame with their only album and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this album came out in 1991. This was actually the first cats from Uptown and the Face Records to really like blow up and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this was known for songs like Believer, Whack It On Me, When I'm Crying. I mean, there's some dope New Jack Swing and shit. Rest in peace to both of them, who pretty much passed away literally the same day, 2 years apart. That's sad and crazy. All right. No.